is the frequency in use. Used to be, I was up until just before 8 o'clock while I was trying to get my computer rebooted, and it started up just a few seconds left. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? All right, if there is, just call 911 first, or call us and we'll do it for you. Just make sure you have your address ready. It's not always good on QRZ, as you know. Update your QRZ address, by the way. My name is Paul, your net control, K4PEW. Let me see where I'm supposed to be here. Getting old. Oh yeah, emergency traffic can be interrupted for the net anytime. Or we might interrupt emergency traffic with the net. You can see us on YouTube right now. Put in the search block K4PEW into the search block and click, hit enter, and then you'll see, you'll see me at the top of the list, and you can start looking at the screen on my radio. You can also see some information on Simplex and some things about our group on 146.415.net. Just like this frequency, look on your dial there, take out the decimal and add a .net at the end. Or you can take the decimal and move it to the end and then add the net. You can also see us on groups.io, groups.india Oscar, and look for, do a search for MJSS, and you'll find us there with we got about 170 something people on there that are interested in Simplex, and on the mailing list you can choose to join or not, but there is a net schedule on the front page. Purposes, well, no, where was I? Here I was. Net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, and as there has been our habit for the last 7+ years, and this is net number, let's write that down, hold on, 739, starting from the north tonight, but we're not going to be starting just yet. Purpose of that is to have fun. Also to figure out who you can hear, who you can't hear. Some people keep track. If you need a list of the stations, of the people we have, actually, not just the stations on any given night, but I've got a whole list of those that are on the mailing list, so you can have a call in their name, and you can look them up, figure out who you can hear, who you can hear, and who you can't. Announcements. I don't have any announcements whatsoever, other than tomorrow night there's a Simplex 10-meter upper sideband on 28.415. It's at 7:30 p.m. It's a mid-10 net, ably handled by Michael KM4YRF. 7:30 p.m. 28.415 upper sideband. That's tomorrow night, 7:30. Tonight we have the 2-meter net right after I finish flapping my jaws here, and then following that will be a 2-meter upper sideband net on 144.240. And following that, if we last that long, or if there's anybody left, we'll move on to the 6-meter upper sideband net on 50.135, 50.135. And we'll announce it again later in case you didn't get that the first time around, or you haven't done the net before. And we'll be taking short time check-ins first, and then we'll be taking people short on time first. I'll get this straight one of these days. And then first time check-ins after that, if there are any. We'll be taking the regular check-ins after that. And again, starting from the, what did I say, north? Yeah, from the north. Anyway, who do we have short on time? Please come in.
KM4YRF. Foxtrot, Rick, National City.
I'm going to call you the Late Brothers.
That's right. We both tried to check in late, early.
Yeah. How you guys do? I'll take Michael first. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing good. Just having some family time, and just want to get my hand.
Oh yeah, no, you're doing great. So you're gonna miss the 2-meter upper sideband and the other one?
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, that's all right. You need to get your portable rig on the road, man.
Yeah, well, I've got 2 meters. That's all I've managed to get here at the moment.
All right, you're doing fine. I appreciate it. Appreciate you checking in. That's Mike, handling to Michael, KM4YRF, handling some personal things of the evening. And his brother Rick is also. Rick, how you doing?
I'm doing really good, Paul. How are you, man?
Fantastic. Your signals are great. I did notice before I came on the air that there's good propagation up toward the northwest into your area. So that's why you sound so darn good.
I think that's true. Plus, I went out there and looked at my antenna. That made it behave.
Oh, yeah. You got to keep an eye on it. Let it get away from you.
That's That is correct. Yeah. I just wanted to see if the beam was right where I had it, so it still things like this good.
Very good. It's doing a good job for you. That's Rick. He's in Ashland City. Kilo November for Tango Juliet Foxtrot. Anybody else short on time?
W4 EBA.
You can only use that movie excuse more than 5 times a year.
It does seem like we watch a lot of movies, don't we?
Yeah, I watch a lot of stuff too, but that's all right. You know, we don't have rules.
Yeah, no. Bad thing about it, we're watching some of them that we've already seen, and if we get 3/4 the way through it, and you realize we've seen that.
Oh no, some of my best arguments, so to speak, are with my wife. Go, oh yeah, we've seen this before. It'd be something like program or a crime show or something. Oh, I haven't seen it. I go, well, you were sitting right next to me when we were watching. I don't know what you were doing. I know we saw it together.
Yeah, I wish I would have kept up with all of them that we've watched, but it's too much trouble. Thanks for doing the net tonight, and I hope everybody is feeling well, and maybe we'll catch you next time. W4 EBA.
Yeah, very good, Eddie. That's Eddie in Gladeville, Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-ray. Great signal as always. Who else is short on time? All righty, we'll start taking check-ins from the north. Please come now.
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo.
Oh, Frank, sound great.
Well, that's good, because I was worried about it. You said it didn't sound good last time.
Well, no, that was your microphone issue, wasn't it?
Yeah, no. It was on, I think it was on 10 meters, though.
Oh, yes, that's right. It was on 10 meters. But everything going well for you?
Yeah, okay. Busy day. Been doing the contest most of the day since it was raining and I couldn't work outside. So, yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent. Yeah, propagation I noticed was good. Did you notice that up to the northwest?
I wasn't on 2 meters, but boy, did Rick come in good. That's the best I ever heard of.
Yeah, he was pretty good. You're right. And I've heard some reports, at HF. I've not been on HF today, but they said the conditions just keep getting better.
Yeah. Yeah. For 10 meters, 15 was insane. It was working. Didn't matter if the sun was up or down. It was still going when I took a break about an hour ago.
Yeah, that's the government. They're doing it. They got a little switch. They can turn the propagation on and off.
Yeah, I just need to get a better antenna because I can hear Australia and New Zealand and all those islands out there, but they can't hear me.
Oh, is that right? Now that's on the NFED?
Yeah. I don't have any, I'm just doing 100 watts, so, but yeah, those guys, I was getting drowned out by everybody else, but they were coming in pretty good. I got England, I got some new countries I didn't have before, so it's good.
I don't remember. On the NFED, those lobes are off to both sides, are they not?
Well, they're all over the place. It works it acts just like a dipole on 80, but then once you go above that, it starts getting more and more and more. And 10, it's insane. And mine's folded, so some of it probably fights each other. So, but the crazy thing is, my first contact was on 160, and it doesn't even do 160, but it does.
Yeah, well, your tuner will adjust for that. But no, part of the issue with when you've got, I'll say, rare stations is that, yeah, all the other guys with legal limits and those that are way above legal limits, they're going to kill you. So, they're going to hear the loudest stations, not you.
Oh, yeah, I know. Usually I get in there. But, yeah, I'll just put it this way. I don't think I may be wrong, but I think some of those European stations may have more.
Oh, no, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I mean, it seems almost unfair, even when somebody's got when they've got an amp and they've got let's say it's on 20, makes it a little easier. There's more 20 and 40 meter beams than there is 80 meter beams. But, if you've got 1,500 watts, your PEP is approximately, if you've got it's like, what is it, 6,000 watts technically going in one direction.
Yeah, I know. And you look up some of them, and they have a stack of beams on 20 or 15 on the rooftop, and they're doing, their legal limit, or possibly more. But I don't want to accuse them of anything. But those beams, I mean, they're coming in so good that you're like, what?
Well, again, some of the issues are at 100 watts to a lot of DXers, you might as well be considered QRP because they're hearing all those other stations way on top of you. And some of those other stations you can't even hear, and they're drowning you out. They don't even hear you.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. But I did better this year than I did last year. I was looking at my log from last year, and I already surpassed it in the first part of it, the first day. So no, it's good. It's good. I don't know if the rain helped me or made it worse. I don't know, but yeah, I was here, and normally I get South America real good, our own zone. But this time I got a lot more Europe. I actually got a couple Asia, and unfortunately Japan is the first time I ever heard Japan coming in for me on this antenna, but they couldn't hear me. And I knew that wasn't gonna. I tried, but they were only giving me like S3.
Oh, cool. Well, keep up the good work. All right, well, that was Frank, and he's in Northwest Mount Juliet, Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo. Who else is north?
WB0 and hello. Good evening, Paul.
Hey, good evening, Mark. It takes me a while. You got longer letters. No, you don't have longer. It takes it longer to write yours than it does anybody else's.
Well, that's a lot of O's.
Yeah, I know. And I always make a slash through the zero, so it adds another mark.
Yep. I did that on my license plate one time, and they gave me heck.
Oh, you actually put it on top of the zero?
Yeah, I did. But it was not a big problem, but it was a little problem.
No, I can't imagine them being too upset about that. Unless you took a magic marker and it was real sloppy.
No, it was tape, and it looked really good. So anyway, when I lived in Iowa, the plate actually had the slash through it already. But in Tennessee, they're all zeros.
Well, they look like all zeros. You mean? Oh no, you mean the O's look like O's, and the zeros look like O's too?
Yeah, Tennessee apparently doesn't use the letter O. They just have zeros so that there's no confusion on the plate. So technically, I'm WB0N00.
Well, Ham will know the difference, I hope.
Yep, they will. All right. Enough foolishness. Carry on. Have a good evening.
Very good, Mark. You're a scofflaw. It was a misdemeanor. Should have been jailed. This is K4PW, and that was Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar in Northwest Wilson. Who else is north?
November 4, India Tango, India X-ray, Jamie FS.
All right, there was a double in there. I heard the November 4 India something. I didn't catch all of it.
N4ITI, Marvin and Gallatin.
Hey, Marvin, how are you?
I'm doing great. Better not as good, but not as good as I'd hoped.
It'll get better. Your antenna, you seem a little low tonight. I don't remember you being that low on signal as you are today.
Oh, I'm using my indoor antenna tonight. It's too wet and cold to get out there and hook up to the outside antenna.
You're still doing S5 to S6, so it's not too shabby. It's just the signal, your audio isn't very loud.
I don't know if it's my mic or what. I may have to buy a new microphone.
What kind of rig are you using?
It's a Yaesu 28M.
Yeah, it should be fine, although I found out through my own experiences that the cheap mics that are provided by the cheap radios are the same cheap mics used by the expensive, the name brand radio.
Yeah.
Well, the hand mics are. Let me say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. It's my old mobile rig I brought inside.
Hey, listen, you're still getting out. I can still hear you. You're doing fine. It's not like it's awful, but so glad to have you in there.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night.
Yeah, very good. That's Whiskey for India Tango India, Marvin in Gallatin. I heard Jamie in Bethpage. Jamie, give me your call again because I didn't write it down.
4 Kilo Juliet X-ray.
there was a double in there again. It was Jamie. It's whiskey. Oh God, I know it's Kilo Juliet X-ray. What's the first part?
Kilo Oscar 4.
There we go. I could have guessed it, but I didn't want to. Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Juliet X-ray. How you doing, Jamie?
Hey, doing quite well, Paul. Thanks for doing the net again. And yeah, just been playing on the other radio, the HF, a little bit. Trying to listen to some of these contesters and make a little contact there. Also working on the truck today, so most of the day's been working on the truck. So that's okay. How you doing?
Doing great. It's a little soggy out there today and cool.
Yes, this is one of those days when I'm very thankful to have a barn to work in.
Oh yeah, this isn't a good day to. I have when I was living up north of up in Rhode Island. I had to work. I lived in a mobile home, so my work on my car was all done on gravel because I didn't have it. There was nothing. I just and at night it made it worse. It was colder, wetter, and it was just awful.
Yes, I know what you mean. For years there, I just quit changing my own oil even just because of having a gravel driveway. We just got this barn a couple years ago and actually have a place to do proper work on vehicles now. So it's I'm back to changing my own oil. So I guess that's good.
No, it's actually it's funny. You get it even to work in a dry area. It's like a luxury.
Yes, I know. But it is, like I say, it's quite a blessing. But it was a long time coming. We had to save for a long time to get there. So we're thankful to have it now.
Well, you appreciate it all the more. Well, very good. That was Jamie and Bethpage, Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Juliet X-ray. Good to have you in there, Jamie, from Bethpage. Who else is north? Who else is north, please? All right, over to the west. Anybody west, please come now.
Oscar KO4 DFA, John in Hermitage.
All right, hold on, John in Hermitage. I heard KO4OKE first, so I didn't hear him. Only heard part of it, and I doubled with him. And how you doing there, Roy?
Hey, Paul, I'm doing pretty good. A little tired, but everything's good. I listened to AMSAT had their symposium, their annual symposium today, so I pretty much sat in and listened to it all day.
Oh, so you know everything you need to know about AMSAT now, right?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, though. How long was it?
Oh, it started at 9 o'clock this morning and went till 5 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, so you weren't able to pick and choose which areas you wanted to listen to?
No, this was just, they had different people talking about their satellites and upcoming satellites and the ones that weren't working satellites and all that kind of stuff. Really interesting.
I don't know if it's that interesting for 8 or 9 hours.
Oh, it was raining today. It was nice. Better listen to that than TV.
Yeah, it sure can be. Well, very good, Roy. Anything else for the net? Did your antenna come in?
No, hurry up and wait while I work on the satellites with this one. So it's all good. I'll let you get on with it. Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Kilo Echo in Madison.
Yeah, very good. That's Roy, Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Kilo Echo. Just jumped into ham radio this year, and he's already jumping into satellites and beams and rotors and all that good stuff. Good to hear you, Roy. John, I hear you in Hermitage.
I'm here. I'm sitting at the Dunkin' Donuts in my truck, and I thought I'd do the net remotely this time and see how this new antenna does up on a hill.
Well, I know you're talking about the Dunkin' Donuts there on 70, right?
Yeah, the living in the road or whatever it's called here.
Yeah, well, your elevation's about the same as the Batman building downtown there.
Oh, no kidding? Wow. I was hoping it would be something. I've been able to actually hear some people that I normally don't get to hear. So far, I've only missed 3, which is usually pretty good.
Well, I might be exaggerating a little bit. You got to remember the base of the big buildings downtown are at about 430 feet, and those buildings. No, they're 300 feet on top, so they're about 700 feet, and where you are maybe it's 600 or 650 or 700, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I figured, we'll see what happens. I'm running 40 watts in the truck, and I got it all wired, and I got this kind of nice antenna. I don't know, it cost $100. I guess it's nice enough. And
you're doing great because for a mobile unit, regardless of where you are, I mean, you're good 6, 7 miles, I think, as a crow flies from me. Maybe 5 to 7 miles. You're full scale with that mobile unit.
Well, I would hope so, man. I'm, 40 watts. I hear this thing clicking over here, and it's definitely pulling some amperage.
All right, very good. All right, good. Yeah, I had some other people over the years who'd go over to that parking lot there, don't get donuts, but I think it was really for the donuts.
Yeah, I keep threatening to buy a donut, but at the end of the day, they're terrible. You got to get here at like 6 o'clock in the morning or earlier.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Well, very good, John. Good to have you in there, and appreciate the effort being at that nice elevation. That is a good spot though for doing on that. Maybe we can talk Dunkin' Donuts into putting a station in there. We can just have everybody go just sit in there.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, good luck with that. That was Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Alpha John. Normally in his QTH in Hermitage, but he's in, I think it's Hermitage where that Dunkin' Donuts is. So Dunkin' Donuts on Lebanon Road west of Mount Juliet. Or I think it's actually in Hermitage. Anyway, who else is west?
November 4, Delta Juliet Tango.
There's our DX man. Did you see propagation pick up the last few days?
Yeah, propagation in a really good fall. Good evening. 12's been open, 10's been open. 12 is actually still open right now, although I'm looking at the solar numbers right now, and we just jumped up on the index to 4, so my guess is that the shock wave from that big flare is finally starting to hit us, so we should see some interesting things open, and I'll be keeping an eye on the 6 meters tonight and tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see some aurora activity. It's looking pretty good for that, and yeah, there's lots of openings out there right now.
Cool. Yeah, no, I expected it would be, and I saw that some of that solar activity on the web, and it just looked like it would be interesting in the days and weeks to follow.
Oh, we had a really big X-class flare a couple days ago, and a company radiation storm. We had some radio blackouts. Right now, I'm not seeing anything blackout-wise, but yeah, the K-index just jumped up to storm level, so this 4 right now, we're probably going to see it get higher. It really depends on which way the shock wave is polarized, whether it's north polarization or south component. If you have south component, things could get dicey real quick.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm working on getting my antenna fixed up better than it is because it's all at the moment it's awful on some of the bands on HF. It's just I got work to do. Anyway, good to have you in there, Don. That's November 4 Delta Juliet Tango in Bon Aqua. Got an excellent station and been doing a lot of DX. Who else is west?
Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor, Jack and Donaldson.
Hey, Jack. Been doing any DX at all?
No, watch football all day.
Oh, that's right. Today's I get so used to not watching football, I forget about it. Who is playing today?
Well, I watched several games. The last one I watched was Vanderbilt, and they did pretty well. They only lost by a few points.
Well, that's no way. That's yeah. And boxers only lose by a few punches.
Well, I grew up here, and Vanderbilt's never really had a good football team. So if they just come close to winning, that's pretty good for them.
Yeah, you consider if they got within 5 points, it's a win, right?
Exactly. Anyway, thanks for doing the net, Paul. Appreciate it. And I'll let you go. Get on to some other ones. KG4ILV.
Very good. That's Jack and Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4, India, Lima, Victor. Who else is west? All right, going to the south. We don't get another west.
KQ4 SAM.
All right, hold on. I shouldn't have said that. Were any of those from the west? I know Tony's not west, but is there any other western station? That must have sounded like a double, or you're off frequency. I don't know who that last one. Is it Kilo Oscar 4 November Delta November?
Sierra Alpha Mike Tango Victor.
All right, hold on one second. I missed that somehow. One more time on that Victor, or one ending in Victor.
Oscar Tango Victor. Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor.
Ah, okay, I got you. I didn't. Sorry, there was something goofy about the signal, and some of it might have been my ears. Hold on there, Joel. And it's Joel, I believe, and then we had Tony in there, but I'll take Tony first since he called in first. What's up, Tony? Who's sponsoring the net tonight?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Tonight's net will be sponsored by the Expectoration Society of Tennessee. And this week we'll be awarding points for both accuracy and distance.
Aha. And no length of stream accurate required?
No, not this week. Maybe for a bonus round.
Are those the ones that have the offshoot from the national organization?
Oh, you're going to go there, aren't you?
Yeah, very good. All right, how are you doing, Tony?
Doing well. I put my little blurb out there on your website begging for access to a Zoom, a full version of Zoom, and I'll do it again here. Somebody please contact me. My email address is in the. If you're receiving any of the emails from Paul's reflector, it should be there too. But just need to purloin it for about 4 hours on Christmas Eve. I promise I'll give it back. And that's about it. KF4, KFQ.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Most people, unless they have a business, don't have a full version.
Yeah, well, I found out the hard way last year. A guy, and he absolutely promised me, swore on his mother's grave that this, and 40 minutes into the Santa Net, it went, sorry, your time is up. And a whole bunch of people and their little kids got real disappointed. So I don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, no, I gathered that. Is there any other alternative to Zoom? I mean, it's free.
Not really. Well, the part I learned about it was I get to see the kids, which is something I've never had access to because I can see their little faces, bouncing around and whatnot, which was kind of cool, actually. Uh, of course, they can't see me because I'm running that PowerPoint that you know so well. So that was kind of cool for me. But I guess but to buy the full version is like $150, and I can't see. I mean, that would be the only thing I would ever use it for. So I can't see spending $150 for 4 hours.
Yeah, no, I get it. So I'll just reiterate for those, some of you may not be able to hear Tony, even though he's got a good antenna and a reasonable location, but he's doing the Santa Net on Christmas Eve, and he would like to use a full version if someone can lend him a full version. Because he's not going to use it ever forever, other than Christmas Eve, of Zoom, so they can be over 40 minutes long. And obviously, it's just for that's the one that's simulcast here on 146.415. If anybody's got a full version of Zoom, let me know or let Tony know. His email's good on QRZ, and his call is KF4 KFQ, Kilo Foxtrot 4 Kilo Foxtrot Quebec. All right, Tony, and that's the advertisement as well for the Santa Net on Christmas Eve.
There you go. That I think we got everything covered. KF4, KFQ.
Very good. That was KF4 KFQ, and he's in Smyrna. I heard Joel though from the west. Please come now.
KF4 OTV. How you doing tonight, Paul?
I'm doing just dandy. I did one of those nights that I said I started out the net. I had run a little late on Wednesday, Saturday nights. I say late. I just get jammed up, and by the time I got everything dinner made for myself and feed the dogs and get them out and get them back in and get everything done and ready, I was just cutting it pretty close. And I said, I think I'll just reboot the computer so I make sure I got a good setup, because having a few things up and running will kill the processor and the memory space. And so I rebooted it, figuring it would reboot quickly. Well, it said, no, I'm not doing it. It didn't get fully rebooted until about 90 seconds before the net started.
It's funny you say that because while you were doing that, I was on the road in the truck, heard you chime in. And I thought, okay. Well, by that time I got home, unloaded the groceries, jumped in the shower. I had my crossband repeat feature on, and it actually worked out perfect because I just now got back out here to my radio, so it all worked out fine.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it did start just a little bit late, but it was apparently it did a Windows update or something, and so when it went to reboot, it said, "Okay, we're just going to sit here and look at you for a while."
Yeah, well, you know how computers are anyway. I tell you what, I've been fooling with all this digital stuff, which now I've got it, straightened out now. But I tell you, it had me scratching my head there a lot with a lot of the stuff. But I've got it all figured out now, luckily. But I tell you, I'm loving it. It's been a lot of fun, I have to say.
Yeah, in the early days of computers, I had a friend of mine. I had already had some computers, and he wasn't really a computer guy. And he goes, "I'm thinking about getting a laptop." And this is back in the Windows 3.1 era, that kind of thing. I said, if you value your time and your marriage and your free time, don't do it.
No kidding, I tell you. Yeah, I'm sure my girlfriend's not real happy with me at times with it, but now that I've got it all straightened out, I think the learning curve is pretty much past for that now. Which there's a little stuff I still need to learn about, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it can even just even people my age can get tied up on something if they let it, and a lot of things, I mean, it's like I heard some stats recently about how young people will spend. Well, for instance, I was talking to my 36-year-old son just this a day or two ago, and he says, "Man, I'm all bummed out." He goes, "Because I tried to order a PlayStation." He's 36 years old. I tried to order a PlayStation 5, and there won't be any available until next year. And I started laughing. Yeah, he goes, "It's not funny." I go, "No, it's not funny that you like to play, but it's funny that you're upset that you can't get the upgraded PlayStation 5 at 36 years old."
I have a PS3 still that I haven't played in forever, and I use it for Netflix. I think last, and when it snows, I think we'll play like the PlayStation Move part of it when we're just sitting here bored. But I don't think we've done that in a couple of years now. But yeah, it's I just can't get into doing it anymore. And I think they're neat. The graphics on them are cool, but I don't know. Which I'm not much older than that. I'm 41, but and I like that stuff, but it's just not. I don't know. Yeah, you kind of grow out of it, I guess, over time. But it is some fun stuff to do on it. I don't know. It teaches on, I guess.
Well, I left out part of that. I just remembered I left out part of that conversation. He's 36, and I go, when he said that, I said, "I can tell you're not married." And he goes, "What are you saying?" He goes, "I wouldn't." He goes, "If I get married," he goes, she's not going to stop me from playing video games." I go, "Okay."
Well, he's got a lot to learn, doesn't he?
Well, you know what I'm saying. Well, if that's his criteria, I mean, then he's not going to get married anytime soon because not too many women are involved in playing, Minecraft or what all those really crazy things are.
Oh yeah. The biggest thing on those now is like Grand Theft Auto and a lot of the board game type stuff, which is pretty addicting. I know guys that are in their 50s that still do it online, and they're pretty crazy about it. I mean, some of those guys are highly addicted to it. You get online playing that stuff, and you can lose 10, 12, 15 hours at a time in that stuff pretty quick.
Yeah, anyway, I find that kind of mind numbing myself. I mean, I can get lost in things I'm researching and reading, and I'm interested online, but it's not games. And games don't do anything to edify your psyche. You know what I'm saying? Other than, well, you really have to be committed, if you're going to play a lot of games, because I see the price of gaming computers, and the good ones run upwards of 2,500, 3 grand.
Oh yeah, no doubt. It's kind of similar to radios in a sense, but I think I could just get more use out of a radio by far. I don't know. I just and I've done it and I've played it. I'm guilty of it as well, but I haven't sit there and wasted weeks and even months at a time doing it.
No, I understand. And again, it's just a matter of discipline for people. If they have just like radio, you could if you wanted to. If you're retired, you could spend 16 hours a day on a radio, but it's not a very good use of your time for family life.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah, and I can see that me doing that. But there's times where I have to give it a break. But if I were retired, yeah, it'd probably be the case.
Well, I could easily hear all the people on the net wincing because I spend more time on the air than almost anybody else on the list. So they're all going, yeah, right, yeah, right. You don't spend 16 hours a day, but anyway, I actually took a lot of time off the radio today.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's times where I can like turn a radio on a little handheld at work, and every now and then I can hear you on.
Yeah, well, it's fun. I'm home babysitting 6 dogs, a cat, and 6 parakeets, man. Got to do something to distract myself. The only time I get up, the only exercise I get on some days is putting the dogs outside.
I know what you mean, my friend, but yeah, it's easy to do, and I envy you for it. I wish I could do the same.
Oh yeah, it's no big deal. I get some other things done too. Anyway, that's Joel. He is in Joelton. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victory. Who else is west or south?
KO4 HSD, David in Bellevue. So,
Hey, hold on. I think I heard Bill in there, but I got David in Bellevue in there too. Kilo Oscar 4 Hotel Sierra Delta.
yes, good evening, Paul.
Yeah, you're sounding good.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you doing the net this evening. Saturdays always go quick. They need to be a lot longer.
Well, we could just eliminate Sunday and just have church and Sunday all be one long Saturday.
No, I think we still need Sunday. We just need a longer Saturday.
Well, you just want to roll Friday into Saturday for a 48-hour Saturday?
That'll work.
Sounds good to me. You know how good it must have sounded to people back in the late 1800s, early 1900s when they say, okay, we're not doing 6-day work weeks, we're going to 5. People must have been drinking and partying and thinking that was the greatest thing since, sliced bread.
Yeah, times change there. But yeah, that's good. I appreciate doing that, Paul, and I'll let you move on to others folks. KO4 HSD.
Very good. That was David in Bellevue, Kilo Oscar 4 Hotel Sierra Delta. Bill, did I hear you in Murfreesboro?
Yes, you did.
All right, very good. Are you doing all right?
Oh, everything's going okay here.
Man, my mind went blank. What's your call again?
Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee, Murfreesboro.
Yeah, very good. Very good. My mind gets jumbled up sometimes with calls, and you've been pretty regular, and I mean real regular on the net. It's just sometimes my mind goes, what? Who is it? I know his name. I know his call. I can even hear, and know your voice. It's I don't know if I'm sure you've heard. Most people on the air get used to hearing somebody's voice so they can recognize it without the call. And I do that too, but sometimes the calls escape me.
For me to remember my own call sign, I got big bold letters taped right up here on my desk.
Yeah, maybe I should wear a name tag so I can just look at it.
I got about 4 of those.
Yeah, very good. But everything's going well for you down there. It's still raining down in Murfreesboro?
Not right now. It was earlier today again.
How does your solar collector do on an overcast day like today? I presume it was like ours.
I don't have any trouble. Mine's always full.
Oh, cool. That's very good. I didn't know how well if it affected your battery very much.
You only get about a 4-hour charge per day, a full charge anyway.
Oh, very good. And it's not like you're on the air blasting out at 100 watts all the time.
No, I'm not using much power at all. Like I said, I charge up my cell phone and all my rechargeable batteries and everything off of it.
Oh, neat. Full service alternative power source, the sun.
So if it goes down, I can still communicate.
Yeah, very good. That's Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee with a self-sustaining battery and photovoltaic cells and charging up all his for operating his radios, charging his cell phones and all that stuff. That's Bill, Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee in Murfreesboro. Who else is south?
KG4 CXC Kristen Yankee Victor.
Hold on, Larry. I heard Chris in there coming in late on the west call, eh?
Yeah, sliding in at the very last minute with West. How's it going, Paul?
Going good. So you're supposed to come in before or after Jack. It's not a rule, but that's the way it's been.
Oh, I know it is. It's the unspoken rule. What's funny is I heard the YouTube on. I was in there changing the bed sheets, right? And I heard Jack, and I was like, "No way, we're on West." And then I ran in here, and it ran away from me.
Yeah, very good. Get things going all right for you?
Yeah, it's going good. Went to the Smokies for vacation. Had fun. Did some hiking and sightseeing, all types of exploring, and made it back. So back to normal.
Where do you stay over there?
We stayed in Townsend.
Oh yeah, well you mentioned that last time. That's right. I told you I was married in Townsend.
Yeah, it's cool. It was slow. It was exactly what I would have wanted. Not a whole lot there, but not a lot of people either.
No, it is slow. There's a couple of hotels to stay in the Townsend area, and that's right on that whatever that creek or stream is called.
Yeah, Little River.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's real pretty.
Yep, it was a good time, and we went during the peak season, so it's good stuff to look at.
Is there any good food in that area? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been there.
But I think the pancake place and probably the trout and steakhouse. Those are the two locations. It's really small, man. I mean, there might be three places total you would want to stop.
I guess you end up having to go over to Gatlinburg or someone else, right?
Yeah, Pigeon Forge would be pretty much the closest. Yep.
Yeah, very good. Good to have you in there, Chris. That's Chris, Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-Ray Echo. He's in Donaldson. And I think I heard KE4SYUV. That was you, right, Larry?
Yeah, man, that's me. And I tried all three of the digital modes before, before this one. And I didn't hear anybody on anything.
Oh, it must have been a bad night. When's did Carl say when he was coming back on the net?
No, he did not.
And you went out, you put your signal out on the ones you have?
Yep, I went out on all three modes and didn't get anything.
Yeah, I got stacked up here and I didn't get on the net at all. In the midst of doing the dogs and eating and whatever. Anyway, and rebooting my computer. So sorry about that. I should have jumped in there.
No big deal. We'll let you get on with it, Paul. KE4SYB.
All right, very good. I'll have to email Carl and ask him about if he's going to do the net again. Anyway, that was Larry in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Who else is Sal?
Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike Tom, also in Rockville.
You don't have to yell.
I'm not yelling. I'm trying to get the smoke back in my radio after Larry just fried it.
Yeah, that's right. That's no, it's just your signal's so good. It's and when you have a good signal, the audio comes through so much better.
Well, good deal. Thank you very much. Nothing much happening out here. It's a quiet night in Rockville. We're watching some horror movies on TV for Halloween, and that's really about it. Just enjoying listening to the group, and I want to say hello to everybody on the net. Back to you, Paul. Nothing much else to report here. KM410.
Yeah, very good. That's Tom, Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike, and he is he's got such a good system now. He's got the top of his X700 antenna is at about 102 feet or something like that, and he's got 100 watts on his radio, so and it's brand new radio, so it's the smoke hasn't been let out now. He's really got a great signal. I'm sure everybody is there anybody who can't hear Tom? I want to hear. Does anybody can't hear Tom?
I can't hear him. KN4CCQ.
Oh, you can hear him, Preston.
I can't hear him either.
Oh, you're lying too. That's because you must have turned off your radio. Oh, is there anybody who can't hear Tom? I want to know. I don't think there is anybody. In Preston, you need to clean out your ears if you can't hear Tom from where you are.
Yeah, I keep the coax unplugged when they keys up.
You know, you can put a pair of vice grips on that and squeeze it down to, narrow it down in signal.
Yeah, somebody needs to got to get down the station. It sure does. But good evening, Paul. Good evening to that KN4CCQ.
Yeah, good to have you in there, Preston. Yeah, we got another net coming up for the Rutherford net coming up tomorrow night. No, Tuesday night, excuse me.
It is first Tuesday of the month. It is on 146.475.
All right, I'll make that announcement. There is a Rutherford Simplex net put on by the Rutherford County Aries group. It's on 146.475 FM, and that is at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, very good. I have it in a reminder system, but my brain doesn't always make the connection until I remind myself when the reminders go off. But anyway, that's the Aries, Rutherford County Simplex Net. Yeah, it's a good net. It's got a good following, and I think it's going to serve a good purpose down there. 146-475, 7:30 p.m. and this coming Tuesday. And if you're on the email list, you'll get email list. You'll get the reminder anyway. But for those of you that aren't, that's where it is. And I'd love to hear from you. Really, it's a good test of wherever you are, where if you can hear net control. And again, it was Preston, Kilo Mike 4, Charlie, Quebec. Who else is Sal?
Kilo Echo 4, Tango Yankee Juliet, Jim North in Cannon County.
You're the only Cannon County. You know that.
No, I did not.
Well, I think I've had a Cannon County there before. As far as regulars, though, you're the only Cannon County on the net.
Well, at least I'm first in something.
Well, yeah, no, it's good. It's just that Cannon County, I think, for a lot of people, they're in rough spots with it. So hilly over there.
Well, you got to get a place on top of the ridge or one of the hills.
Obviously, you were the one that held sway on the location then for your home.
It was a nice story. The XYL found the house and went up and visited, and she's looking in the windows, and I'm walking around the yard with the GPS, looking at the elevation, looking around, and she says, "I really, really want this house." I said, "Are you sure you want this house?" She said, "I really want this house." I said, "Okay. Well, if you really, really want it."
Yeah, if you insist.
Yeah, if you really want it, we'll go ahead and I'll try and make it happen.
Yeah, you should have made her get it in writing right then.
I know. It works out good.
Yeah, very good. That's and excellent signal as always. That's Jim in Woodbury, and that's Kilo Golf 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. Again, great signal, but again, he's got a great elevation over there near Short Mountain, and he's got it's a 10 element beam, I believe. Yeah, 10 element beam pointed in my direction.
And call us Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet.
You know, it sounded funny when I said that too, because I wrote it down and it looked like a G, and I said, well, I don't know which right, my handwriting or my brain.
I don't know what your brain said or what your handwriting, but your mouth said Kilo Golf, and no, sir, I'm a Kilo Echo.
I know it sounded wrong when I said it. In fact, as I said it, he's going to correct me. I can hear it coming.
I gotta try and do it a nice way too, Paul.
Yeah, no, it's I tell you what, people. That's well, again, this isn't the easiest thing in the world to remember all the calls, even when somebody tells you what they are.
No, I'm impressed with the number of people that you check into the net and you talk to throughout the week, and you do a very good job of keeping up on everybody's current events and what they're doing and what they're interested in and what they're working on. Call signs, names, locations, equipment, etc. It's pretty good there. Hats off to you. Pretty impressive most days, Paul. I won't hold it. Let somebody else get in there, and good to have the net. Good to hear everybody. This is KE4TYJ.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we try to keep it conversational and have it. And again, it's not interesting. Everybody just checks. Okay, thanks. See you later. So it's kind of nice to know what people are working on, if they've got something that's interesting to others. Because not everything interests everybody, but everybody's doing something that somebody's interested in. Anyway, that was Jim, and thanks for the kind words. Kilo Echo 4. Kilo Echo, not a golf. 4 Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. And yes, I have considered actually the nets to be somewhat of a prod. It's almost like a brain test every week to keep my memory going, because it seems to slip as I get older. Anyway, who else is Sal?
W04Y.
Hello, how are you, Mike?
Pretty good, Paul. I had one of those talking about the Tennessee tags. I had one of those tags that advertised me as Whiskey 04 Yankee.
Aha. And so you were really worried.
Nobody knows the difference. I guess that's what they have to do to call in tags to keep it simple.
I guess I had never thought about that though until Mark mentioned that earlier today. Now, does yours say W04Y and it had the emergency service on the bottom of it?
Yeah, it had. I don't have it anymore. Back when I got out of ham radio, I just sort of let that tag expire. But yeah, when I had it, it was the emergency.
Now they didn't charge you for that identity tag, is that correct?
No, I just had to show a copy of my tag. I mean, my license.
Oh, okay. It was just your license and not your Aries, you know, certificate or anything?
No, it was just, just like any other ham tag, car tag.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought for some reason I thought you had to be a member of Aries or something.
I'm not sure what is Aries. You talking about the emergency?
Yeah, the Amateur Radio Emergency Service Organization.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of confused why they do that, but oh, it's just sort of an automatic thing when you get a ham license tag, auto tag.
Oh, yeah. I've never done that, so I didn't know what the rules were. And for some reason, and I've been a ham in 3 states, so I get confused. Well, not just confused. I just don't know what the requirements in those 3 states are. One of them's New York, the other one's Florida, and the other one's Tennessee.
I guess they assumed that all of the ham operators in the day had, emergency power, and we were going to be the go-to people.
I guess so, but the advantage, I only think it's an advantage if they let me run red lights.
Yeah, I don't know. I never got a break on that. But anyway, I'll get out of here. Nice to hear you in there and keep it up. Whiskey Oscar 4, Yankee Mike, and Laverne.
Very good. That was Mike and Laverne, Whiskey Oscar for Yankee Mike. Yeah, that would be weird. I didn't realize that 0 and O's are what they don't use O's. It's odd. Anyway, who else is south?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta and Smyrna.
Hey, Ken. I heard you in there earlier this before the net looking for somebody just to chat with. And I said, I'm not answering it because I'm in the middle of 3 other things.
That's okay. I talked to KE4TYJ for a few minutes, and then KM4TM jumped in, and we had a little round table. And I said, guys, I got to get out of the way. I got to go down the hall before the net starts.
Well, unfortunately, Tom's got an RF storm signal.
Yes, he do. Yeah, he does. I'm kidding. With that tower and that X700 sitting on top of it, yeah, you'll never beat out Tom when you're in my position.
No, it's great. It really is nice to see him do that. I really strongly believe. Now, in his case, I think he had that in the works a long time. But I know there's a lot of people on the net that have, as a result of the net, and I'll just call it the peer pressure and the interest in amateur radio and Simplex, that they've upgraded their systems. And it really is, it's very gratifying to see people do it. I know I did it, and I'm happy with my results.
Absolutely. Well, you go ahead, Paul. I just want to check in and give you another number. This is WV40 in Smyrna, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's Ken in Smyrna. Whiskey Victor 4 Delta, and he's in Smyrna. Who else is south?
Well, 4 DQH, Drew.
Hey, Drew. Do me a favor. What's your call again? Because I think I screwed it up.
Kilo Oscar 4, Delta, Quebec Hotel. I'm down here in Murfreesboro. I'm mobile right now.
Okay, very good. I'll use that as my excuse why I didn't hear it properly. Because I remember the call now that you gave it to me again, but I couldn't think of the whole thing. Hearing only part of it. It sounded different than Delta Queen Hotel. Anyway, how you doing there on mobile, Drew?
Pretty good. Just left all of our cousins' Halloween party and heading back to the house.
Ah, very good. Early Halloween party, huh?
Yeah, we brought our baby with us, and it was past her bedtime about an hour ago, and started getting sleepy now after all the sleep starting to wear off, and time to get ready to go to bed, and I'll do it all over again tomorrow.
Very good. That's Drew in Murfreesboro. And he is mobile at the moment. If you can't hear him, that's why. It's Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Quebec Hotel. Anybody else south? One more time from the south. We're going to the east.
Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo.
You checking in, Ms. SOR2?
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Well, pretty good. We're going to get her on the air one of these days.
Yeah, she's stubborn. But yeah, we may try and do that one day soon.
Well, you don't, that's, what the redundancy is, don't you?
Definition of insanity.
Well, just redundancy is to say that you're XYL and you said she's stubborn. Well, I already knew that.
Right.
Just like the typical. When I met my wife, she goes, "Hey, that's great. I used to be in CB," and she had a CB station in her home when she was a teenager. And she goes, "Oh, that's great. I'll go ahead. I'll be getting my license." Well, it's been 10 years. Didn't get her license.
Uh-huh. Well, actually, she snuck up behind me and got hers. I got mine, and 2 weeks later, she went over to Creve Hall Church of Christ and took her test and got hers. And I didn't even know she'd been studying for it. She snuck that one in on me.
That's because she wanted to keep an eye on you.
I guess.
Well, to be fair, my wife has some crazy hours where she works, and it's very difficult for her to keep focused on the ham radio thing. So it's not like I'm complaining. Really, I just thought it was interesting how people will often. It's like people who they're in ham radio, and I'm one of them. Who say, you know what I really need to do is learn and do CW. Well, I've been learning and doing CW now, trying to for 15 years.
Well, I know better than to even try bad.
Yeah, no, I understand. But everything else all right?
Everything's good in the hood. We're just waking around.
You haven't heard from Kevin recently, have you?
In fact, he checked into the Wilson County Club Net Thursday night, and I was kind of surprised.
Well, I'll take that as a check-in here then, just because that's a relay to me.
Okay. Well, I heard him Thursday night on the 8 o'clock net.
Fantastic. Well, very good. Glad to hear it. I hadn't heard from him, and I just wondered if we had that hamatosis, that bad ham breath that keeps him off our net.
If I can ever get him to answer the phone, or whatever, I'll bring him down there myself.
All right, very good. We had Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, and that's Richard and his bride, Kilo India 4 Sierra Oscar Romeo. Stephanie, is there anybody else east?
Okay, 4HQE.
Oh, excellent signal there, Steve.
Hey, thank you, Paul.
You doing anything different?
No, same thing. I messed with the VFO a little bit, so we'll try sideband in a little while.
All right, very good. Well, you ready for sideband in a minute?
Good help.
All right, very good. It was Stan. He's in Lebanon, a little bit north of downtown. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo, and you're still operating that's that new old rig, right?
Yeah, the TS 708.
Right. Oh, sounds good. It's the audio is a little, I just say slightly hot. It's got kind of like that, how you get that snap on the S's.
Roger.
And sometimes it's not there though. I mean, it really does sound like a good audio. Very clear, very concise.
Thanks, Paul. I worked on it a little bit. Hopefully it sounds really good.
Yeah, no, it really is done well. I think I may have been overreacting to that, how good the audio was, because your audio did not used to be this good. And that's not a slur. I'm just saying you've improved quite a bit. It's really great. That's Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo Stand in Lebanon. Who else is anybody else east or anywhere?
WA4ZHI, James and Mount Juliet, Lebanon.
Man, you're falling down, James. What happened, man? Normally when I call you east, man, you're right on top of it.
I was on upper sideband by accident.
Okay, very good. Everything besides that, everything's going okay?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Very good. Just a lot of the family's doing fine too.
Oh, they have a little minor problems.
Show me a family that doesn't have minor problems.
You got that right.
And most people have more than just minor problems. You ought to hear me and my wife complain about our own family.
But we're not going to share that now, are we?
No. That's just normal. That's just normal. Families have issues, and they're not always, that's their family. That's all. No big deal. We love them anyway. Anyway, that's James and here in Mount Juliet. Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. I heard somebody in Lebanon. Who was it?
November 4th, Lima Charlie.
Hey, how are you doing today? I haven't heard from you a little bit.
Doing well. Got done with street event over at the high school here. If you see we put it on, so been doing that. We just got done carving pumpkins and all that good stuff.
Oh, excellent. How many kids showed up?
We had quite a few. Like people would park, and then there was a lot of trucks. There was quite a few clubs that came and helped out with it. But we could have signed up to like 50 plus people, maybe. But we had a good turnout. So this is our first event, so we're thinking about probably doing it annually now.
And where did you hold that trunk fest? Or that's not really a trunk fest, but where was it?
We had it over at Lebanon High School.
Ah, okay. So how many cars showed up with the trunks open?
Like the Hosa Club, they had maybe 10, and then for Derek, we made like a haunted trailer. There was a few of us dressed up like scare people and stuff. So we had a fog machine in there and everything. So we all had a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I remember taking my son, who was at the time, you wouldn't think it would matter, but as I recall, he was about 15 or 16, and there was a local church that had a scary thing that they built through their school, little school, very small church school, and and I didn't go in with him, but he and his younger brother went in there, who was about 8 or 9, I think, and I could outside of the building, I could hear the older son screaming like a little girl.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we got some kids. We even got a few adults. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds good. That sounded like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, sure was. So I got over here on this end, and good to hear you. Good to hear everyone else on the net. N4 LLC 11.
Yeah, very good. That's Logan in Lebanon. Are you using a different thing? Are you using the same antenna you've been using? You seem a little lower than normal.
Yeah, probably in terms. Let's see. I'm running. So I'm running like 15 watts. I can turn it up a little bit, but I usually have it at 15. Yeah, usually I can get it out pretty good at 15, but I can probably throw it up to 25 some nights. But it just kind of depends. Sometimes 15 works. Sometimes I have to bump it up to 25. But anyway, yeah, I got the base set up, like temporary at ground level, until I get the antenna up higher. But it's doing it right now.
No, you're doing fine. I mean, it just seems lower than normal, though. That's all. And you're doing like whatever it was, S4 or so, S5, and it was, your signal's there, and I can read you. It's all good. And being where you are, there's a bunch of people over to the west, or they're not going to be able to hear you anyway.
Yeah, I gotcha. I jumped up to 25 for a minute just so you can kind of see how it sounds. But yeah.
Well, very good. That's Logan in Lebanon, 25 watts. That's November 4, Lima Charlie, and he's in Lebanon. Who else is east? Hey, how are you, Rich? That's Rich out there, isn't it?
There we go. I thought I was on a repeater and wait a second. But that's the way it is when you get old there, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It's yeah, I don't actually I get when I get on a repeater, it's not that it's horrible, but I get annoyed by the repeater IDing it. And the squelch tail. I find those things annoying.
Oh, I hear you, Paul. But hey, I still look you on here, so gotta keep up with the old trick there, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. I do have your call right. I wrote it down, and it's just Kilo Charlie 2 Lima Foxtrot Tango, right?
Yes, sir, Paul. Left front tire.
Okay, very good. Is everything going well up there in Hartsville?
Well, we're doing better tonight than we did Monday night here, but yeah, we're doing good.
Excellent. It's a nice little town. I'm just sorry that it's not as commercially viable as some of the other places around Nashville,
Well, that's true, but give it some time here, Paul. A lot of building going on up here. I don't know where the people are getting the money to build these big houses, but a lot of it going on.
Well, that's because the land is still relatively inexpensive out there, And people will, over time, you'll find out that that'll double in size in a few years.
Well, I think the prison out here made quite a difference. And you see a lot more traffic since the prison moved in.
Right. I got you. I saw that. I've not seen it, but I saw the construction though by satellite, and it's a pretty big place.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, it's right next to that old nuclear power plant that they were going to build and abandon. And there's a lot of vacant land out in there.
Oh yeah, so I've seen. Well, very good, Richard. Good to have you in there. You're coming in pretty good tonight. That was Kilo Charlie 2 Lima Foxtrot Tango. He is in Hartsville. A good signal. Not always that good, but it's a good signal tonight. Good solid copy. Anybody else east or anywhere?
Whiskey 4 November, Papa.
Hey, how are you doing? Whiskey 4 November Pie. That's Zach, right?
This is David in White House.
Oh, yeah, David. Got that wrong, didn't I?
Well, I'm not on here all the time, so I don't expect you to remember everything, Paul. But yeah, good evening to everyone on the net, and you as well there.
Well, you know where I went wrong? I thought, and it was in my haste. I believe it's called Zach in Lafayette is Whiskey 4 Tango Papa, and that got tangled up in my head, and I thought it was Zach.
Oh yeah, no worries there. But yeah, I got in here today and actually had a little time to play around on the radio, and bands were quite full with the worldwide DX contest going on there. So I've just been kind of sitting around watching it rain and playing a little bit of radio today.
Yeah, very good. Yes, the conditions have been good. I'm told. I wasn't on HF today, so I didn't hear any of that. So, but I heard it was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm mostly I made a few contacts on 15 and 20 meters and a couple about 7-8 different countries there. But I wasn't on the radio all day, just kind of in and out there. But yeah, it was pretty good conditions. So yeah, I had fun.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, as the conditions improve, because we had a long haul there where conditions weren't that great.
Yeah, we've it's been up and down, and there's been a couple times we've had some pretty good band openings, but they were short-lived.
Yeah, very good. I just double check. Zachary, who lives in Lafayette, his is Kilo 4 Tango Papa, and it's a little stretch from yours, but my brain fuddled it all up.
Roger that. All right. Well, I'll let you get to the next guy. Just wanted to holler at you, and hope everybody on the net's doing well.
Yeah, very good. That's David in White. It is Whitehorse, right? White Horse, White House.
Yeah, QSL White House.
Yeah, very good. That's Whiskey 4 November Papa, David in White House. Got it all straight that time. Who else is any place anywhere? Anybody else? North, south, east, or west?
Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Tango Sierra Paul North Mount Juliet.
Hey, Paul, you got in there just real quick almost last, I'll bet.
Yeah, sorry, I missed the north round. I'm putzing around with a chest freezer out here.
New one, old one?
It's like 3 years old. They had, I guess what they call a solid state starting relay. Some little disc-looking thing that was all burned up. So I got a Supco 3-in-1 starting unit. Seems to have done the trick.
Oh, awesome. Glad you got it fixed. Yeah, little refrigerator freezers and stuff are a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I was hoping to get more than 3 years out of it, but it was a $12 part, so maybe we'll get another 3 years.
Well, when I was working in the industry way back in the 70s, I remember reading in the business paper for refrigeration air conditioning. This is back in the late 70s. Singapore. I forget the numbers now, but it was impressive and astounding to me. Singapore was shipping to the United States on an annual basis, I forget how many, tens of thousands of residential refrigeration compressors, tin cans, into the United States for that purpose alone.
That's nuts. You get the old GE fridges that last forever, and then the new stuff doesn't last a couple of years.
Yeah, that's one of the difficulties. It's almost become a throwaway economy in the small refrigeration.
Well, not only that, but you can't get the parts. It's like they run the assembly line for the unit or something, build so many spare parts, and move on. Something that's 3 years old, you'd think you'd be able to find a replacement part, but nope.
Yeah, no, I get it. What you can do is get one of those. What is the name of that? I forgot the name of the brand. Zero? No, that's not the name. There's a very expensive refrigerator but I can't afford.
Yeah, well, as long as the food doesn't spoil, usually the food inside of it's more expensive than the chest freezer these days.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know what's funny about the old freezers and refrigerators? They would last 30 years.
I'm knocking on wood. The one in the kitchen's still the original one with the house, I think, but that one's still chugging along just fine, so hopefully it'll stay that way.
So just keep the condenser clean, you'll be all set.
Oh, yeah. Every year, go find the fun things under there.
I'm with you. All right, very good. That's Paul and Mount Juliet, Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Tango Sierra. Anybody else? Any place anywhere? Wow, 32. I think we had 3 nights in a row with 32. 3 nets in a row, I should say. That's 3 nights. Okay, any more before we move over to upper sideband, the 2-meter upper sideband on 144.240?
One more.
Yeah, go ahead. AC9IM. How you doing?
Well, how'd you know it was me? Well, that's scary.
No, man, I recognize voices even when the signals are shaky,
Okay. Yeah. I'm disappointed because I got home, but it's global warming is terrible. I plan on getting some stuff done, and it's cold.
I'm with you, man. Your signal was you're only doing about I think it was S2 or so. But no, I recognize that's what's so fascinating about the hobby in radio. I can often more as I get to know people, I recognize their voices. I don't have to know their call. I know who they are, even if I can't remember their call.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we're going to need stuff. You never check it. But stay warm and we can afford the heat, all right?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That was Steve, Alpha Charlie 9 IM, and it's India Mike, Alpha Charlie 9 India Mike. He's in Scottsville, Kentucky. He's our only out of state check-in tonight. And if you can hear him, you're doing well. The signal is sometimes very good, depending upon conditions. But tonight, not. I can hear him fine. I don't know how other people can hear him. Anyway, he's at a nice elevation, and he's got a nice GP9 that he's reconditioned, and it works great. Anybody else before we move on? All righty, I'm jumping over to the upper side, and excuse me, and that's on 144.240. I'll be there momentarily. All righty, this is K4PW, the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net, 144.240 upper sideband. Looking for check-ins from the, where was I before? It's from the north. Please come now.
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo.
Ah, very good. You sound real good on that band there. Frank Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo. Good signal, good audio. And who else is north?
WB0NLO.
Sound good as well, Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar in Northwest Wilson. Who else is north?
Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Tango Sierra.
Well, conditions are excellent. You sound really good tonight, Paul.
Yeah, you and everyone. It's dead quiet over here, so it's good.
Yeah, it's amazing how nice it is. Who else is north? By the way, it was Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Tango Sierra. Who else is north? Everybody west.
November 4, KG4 CXC, Kristen Bell.
All right, I had a double in there, but I had November 4 Delta Juliet Tango, and that would be Don in Bon Aqua. How are people sounding to you, Don?
Nice can hear most people. Some people barely, but I can hear them. And you're booming in here tonight, Paul.
Yeah, no, the conditions are very good. At least from my perspective, they're very good. But then I'm in the middle. So I always have to remember that. Well, very good. That's Don in Bon Aqua, November 4 Delta, Juliet Tango. And Chris was in there, I believe. Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-Ray Echo.
Yep, that's correct.
Very good. Good to have you on. Good. Are you hearing people well tonight, too?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, very good. That's Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-Ray Echo. I have to be an interpreter of my own printing here, being in a rush. That was Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-Ray Echo. Who else is north or west?
KG4 ILV, Jack and Donaldson.
Oh, yeah. You sound almost as good as FM there, Jack.
I know the band sounds really good tonight.
I know, it is nice. Maybe we just ought to do the net on sideband. That way it excludes a lot of people.
It might not be fair. I'm a fan.
No, I wouldn't do that. We don't want it. Well, we could have a separate net like we do now, and that's fine too. Anyway, unless somebody wants to do a sideband net, I'm happy to let them do it. We can do it another time. Who else is north or west? To the south, please come down.
Kilo Echo 4, Tango Yankee Juliet.
Oh yeah, you sound good. Now you're still vertical on your beam when you do the sideband.
Yeah, I figured everybody else was vertical, so I'll just stay on the vertical.
Oh no, I'm just curious. I didn't remember. I presumed that you were always on the vertical with that antenna because you have the other ones horizontal, right?
QSL, all I gotta do is reach over there and flip the antenna switch box, and I'll be horizontal.
Yeah, you're doing S9 here, so you're doing great.
Yeah, okay. I'm only doing like 70 watts. No, only 50 watts. Sorry.
Cool. So I'm guessing you can't hear Tom very well over there in Rockland.
No, we cannot communicate hardly at all.
You were just bumping up over S9 there, so it sounded really good there, Jim. That's Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. Who else is south? West or south or east? I got Stan. It was somebody else sounded off frequency, but Stan, go ahead. You sound good.
Yeah, I wonder if I might be off frequency, Paul.
What was off frequency, did you say?
I said I wondered if I might be off frequency.
You sound pretty good. I can't. It doesn't sound like you're off frequency to me.
Okay, you sound pretty good too, but sometimes I have a little bit of a problem with ears on that band.
Okay, no, you sound good, and the audio's good, the signal's good, and it's a good night. I mean, are you hearing everybody?
I've heard most everybody so far.
All right, very good. That was Stan in Lebanon. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Anybody else? Any place anywhere or east? Oh wow, that is off frequency. And hit me again because I'm not sure if you can track mine on your VFO because you're off frequency. I'm not sure which direction at the moment. Can anybody discern who that is? Because I can't make it out. Anybody?
I can tell someone's there, but I don't know who it is, Paul.
Yeah, no, that's a rough one for me. One more time, please. Wow, no, it's off frequency and or muffled, so it's tough for me to hear that. Obviously, you can hear me. Can you track my signal and try to on your VFO and see if you can bring it in so it's clear? Or is my signal clear to you already?
He's way off frequency.
Yeah, no, that's what it sounded like, and that's why I was a little asking them to track my call, my transmission. Was that Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf? Was that Jeff? I don't know who it is now. I'll be sitting here though for a second though. You ready? Well, I got nothing, so we're gonna have to move on over to wherever we're going. 6 meters upper sideband. That's where we're gonna go. Do we have any other check-ins on the 2 meter upper sideband? Didn't get anything on that one either. It's K4 PEW. I'm not sure what's wrong on your end, but it's off frequency enough that I couldn't discern anything from that last transmission. All righty, I'm going to move on. If you want to talk on FM later, we can. So please do that. Let us know who that was, because I don't even know who it was. All right, we're going to move over to to 50.135. 50.135. We have 9 people on the 2 meter upper sideband. We had 33 people on the FM, the 146.415, and we'll see what happens over there on the 50.135. We'll see you then. K4P then. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, looking for check-ins on 6 meters from the where were we, from the north. Please come now. Hey Frank, how's my signal to you?
It's you sound great, but
Well, that's wild. Because your signal, you said it sounds great, but, and then I could see your signal on the screen, but your signal went blank. It was like something interrupted it dramatically.
oh, okay. Well, you're giving me about S5, which is low.
Yeah, yours is only S1 here.
Yeah, plus there's noise. I'm hearing some atmospheric noise.
Yeah, and I don't see it. If you look, can you see my screen? There's nothing on my screen. It sounds like it's completely dead quiet.
No, I don't have the YouTube on.
There's nothing. It's a straight line across the waterfall. I don't know if I've ever seen it that quiet before.
Okay. Well, it's 2 meters were very quiet.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna move on here. That's just interesting to me. Anyway, I can hear you okay though, Frank. That was Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo, Kilo. Who else is north?
WD0 Noah.
How are you? How's the band sound to you there, Mark?
You know, it sounds pretty good. It's got a pulse, about a 1-second pulse that I'm hearing. That just a static was kind of going across the band. But both you and Frank sound good.
All right, very good. Yeah, I saw that. In fact, it's there again, and it's got these little spikes all the way across my screen. We'll see how it goes as we can move on here. This is K4PEW, and that was Mark, Kilo Bravo 0 November Oscar Northwest Wilson. Who else is north?
Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Tango Sierra.
Yeah, very good. You sound good, Paul.
Yeah, you're good here too. Pretty quiet band as well.
Yeah, it's like dead quiet. It's unbelievable. But there has been some funny interference there that I hadn't heard before. Anyway, that's Kilo Charlie 9 Echo Tango Sierra here in Mount Juliet. Who else is north? Anybody north or west?
November 4, Delta Juliet Tango.
Are you seeing any of that weird signals in there, Don?
It's dead. There's, like you said, I think the shockwave from that solar storm is starting to hit us, so things can get squirrely.
Yeah, that was squirrely because while Frank was talking, all of a sudden it blanked out whatever he said.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just haven't seen that quiet before like it is right now on on the waterfall.
Yeah, I'm completely blank. I don't get like S0. It's almost like I don't have this radio on.
Wow. All right, we got a good signal here bumping up against that 7. So that was November 4 Delta Juliet Tango in Bon Aqua. Who else is west?
JT4 LV Jack and Donaldson.
Sounds good, Jack. You copying people well?
Pretty good.
Good. Yeah, it's just quiet. I mean, it's like in the movies. It's quiet. It's too quiet.
Yeah, I didn't hear that weird interference, so.
Yeah, I thought it was weird, but it had little spikes across my screen. It was kind of, I had never seen it like just clear, like little spikes, verticals with no other associated stuff going on. So I don't understand it. Maybe I'll ask NASA if they get it. All right, that was Jack in Donaldson. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is west?
KG4 DXE Chris and Dalton.
All right, you got a good signal tonight on that you're about S8 here, Chris.
Yeah, you're about the same to me, Paul. Yeah, I'm not hearing Jack. I guess he's a little more directional, but sounds good on
Yeah, that's interesting. Isn't Jack using that 10-meter Moxon?
Don't know actually.
Jack, are you using a Moxon?
Yeah, I get a 6 meter box on.
I mean 6 meters. Is that what you're using?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean that's directional, but it's not like it's a 20 element beam. It's only got 2 elements.
Oh yeah, it's only like 3 dB gain. I can barely hear Chris.
Yeah, you must be. He must be on the back side of you then, or off to the side.
Yeah, he must be.
All right, very good. I just want to clear that up, at least in my brain here. We had Kilo Golf Ford, Charlie X-Ray Echo, and that was Chris and Donaldson, and Jack also answering a couple of dumb questions. Who else is west? Anybody west or south?
Kilo Echo, Tango Yankee, Juliet, South.
Yeah, you're said. Hey, come back to me with a count or something because you came in strong and then like faded. It was funny. Still there, Jim?
All right, Paul. Sorry about that. Tuner quit for a second. KE4TYJ.
Okay, yeah, because it was like something did happen that made your signal just drop right off.
Yeah, the tuner's not really supposed to tune, 6 meters, but I make it do it on a 160-meter full wave loop anyway. So I mean, it fights me sometimes.
Well, you're doing awfully good on a full wave loop with 6 meters. I mean, why don't you try 2 meters on there as well?
I'm not gonna push it that far.
Then listen, for a full wave loop on 6 meters, that's awesome.
I worked Norway today on 12 meters on it with 100 watts. That was pretty good.
That is good. That is excellent. I don't. Yeah, I've worked Norway. I was just trying to remember if I'd worked Norway. Yes, I have, but it's been a while. No, that's cool. That having a full wave loop gives you a lot of diversity.
Yeah, I'm having a good time with it. I enjoy it. And if it ever went away, I'd really thoroughly miss it. I'd have to put up another one.
Oh, I'm sure you would. Yeah, and you put it up higher.
Oh yeah, I'd string it up a little bit higher in different spots, but it works out quite well.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. That's really nice that you can have the space. Well, you got the space for it, and you got the energy to get it up. Anyway, that's Jim in Woodbury with it. He's working at 6 meters on a full wave loop. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. Um, nice full wave loops are cool. Who else is south or east?
It's a 160-meter full wave loop, so Paul, you got to remember that.
What did I say?
Just a full wave.
Oh, well, yes. A full wave 6 meter loop isn't very big, is it?
No, it's kind of small. It's 525 feet of wire up here.
No, I get it. No, I know what you're saying. When I said full wave, I kind of just I thought it was clear, at least in my mind, that it was a 160 loop.
No, it implied I made a full wave loop of 6 meters.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Anyway, that's Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet with a full wave 160 meter loop, 500 and change long, 525 or so. Who else is any place anywhere?
KE4QE.
Hey, Stan, you sound good. Which antenna are you using for 6 meters?
He's a Hickman.
Oh, that's right. It's on the hex beam. You sound good.
Hey, thanks, Paul.
You copying everybody else well?
I think most folks, I need a good copy.
Yeah, very good. That's Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo, Stan in north side of Lebanon. Who else is south or east or anywhere?
Not a bad signal for XB.
No, it's true. You can hear him pretty good over there, Don?
Got about an S1, S2, but he's perfectly readable.
Yeah.
Don over in Bon Aqua.
Yeah, you were copying Don okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. Yeah, it's pretty quiet out there tonight. I mean, really quiet. All right, anybody else, any place, anywhere before we close it down? All righty, we had 9 people on 6 meters upper sideband, and like I said, 9 meters. I just a duplicate there. 9 meters on 2 meters upper sideband, and 33 on FM. And pleasure having you all out there. This is K4PEW. I appreciate everybody checking in, and we'll catch you on the next net or down the log, as they say. K4 PEW closing the net. 73.
73 ball. Thanks. Have a great night.